Welcome to another sports podcast brought to you by the Sweaty Trio. I'm Osama.
I'm Taylor.
Michael.
And we're glad to have you back. Let's get into it. So let's start out by talking about these holidays, eh? What'd you guys get up to? We've been gone for a little bit.
Yeah, not a whole lot. Some Christmas stuff, some family stuff. Watched the World Juniors. Watched Team Canada absolutely crumble.
God, that was disappointing.
And then had my birthday on the 5th. Or on the 4th, my girlfriend and I did something downtown. She surprised me with a hotel and a Leaf game. So that was fun. Got to watch the Leafs pump the Bruins 6-4. Maddie Nyes Hattie, thanks for coming. Go Leafs go. And I'll give it to Michael, and then I got one more highlight for and then we'll go to Oos, and I got one more highlight for the holidays.
But the same thing, a lot of family stuff, a lot of drinking. Also lost quite a bit of money on FanDuel, but game's a game, so what are you going to do?
That's how it goes, man.
FanDuel plug. Sponsor FanDuel.
No, honestly, don't
Please.
sponsor me, FanDuel. I'm quitting this sports book.
You hear what they did with incentive week? I was so gassed to just have some locks up for incentive week.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then there they go.
Set
Mike Evans
line at
it's
90.
85, and you can't ult him less than 90, which is ridiculous. Usually you could ult down to 40 yards. But no. They had to lock it at 90 so that they could clean up on everyone's bets.
Didn't Gino have one as well for like yards or something?
He had to throw 400 to
Whatever it
2
was.
million.
It was 180 and a win. And
180 and a win?
I think he got the 180. I don't think they won. Taylor, let's hear that surprise.
So, my girlfriend's a big Fortnite player. I was never really a big Fortnite guy myself, but I guess over the last couple of weeks since I brought the Xbox out, we've been running it. I was horrible. We're playing no build. I was playing bots for a little while.
That's the way to do it.
But over the Christmas holidays, boys, I got my first victory royale, solo victory royale.
Ooh.
Did you post it
Yeah.
on your story?
No, I didn't. I got another one today too. So keep the change.
Ooh, how many kills did you get? Do you know?
9 in my first one and 11 in this one.
What is Bree playing on? She plays on her phone?
No, it's Xbox.
You guys are both on Xbox?
Yeah.
Split screen?
No, she just runs it on mine. We just rotate solos.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
not bad. I was going to
Yeah.
say, because usually back in the day when I started playing with my girlfriend, it was she was on mobile. You get all those mobile kids
Oh, yeah.
who don't have
Oh,
sticks
yeah.
and they can't do anything. But yeah, man. Welcome back to 2017. Hey, you're finally
Let's
getting
go,
Finally getting the
boys.
fad. All right, well, let's get into some NFL stuff, huh? Let's get into some NFL stuff.
Playoff time, baby.
Playoffs.
Let's start it out. Taylor, I want to know how you did in those semifinals and the finals in your fantasy
Football leagues.
So I had 5 semifinals. I lost 2 of them. Went to the finals in 3. Was projected to lose in all of them, and somehow convinced all the guys that I was playing for a pot split. There was some money left over for if you win, you get an extra $100, $200. But for the most part, I got pot splits on everything, and I lost in 2 of the 3 finals I was in. So I walked away plus money after 5 fantasy football seasons.
So you only won the Superflex League.
I won your league, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I won your league.
And that
Money
league-
is money.
That league was a joke.
So
That league was a joke.
walked away with a pretty penny. So I'm okay. I was plus money after 5 fantasy football leagues. I think that's pretty good.
No, it's pretty good, man.
If you can win one league,
You win 1 year,
You're set.
it carries you, man.
Yeah.
It carries
That's
you.
all your buy-ins,
Hey, I won his league last year. It was $800 winnings.
I'm set for the next 3 years, 4
You're
years
good.
of fantasy.
You're good.
It's technically free money.
yeah, I lost a lot of money.
All right, let's get into the
big stuff that everyone wants to hear.
It's the playoffs. Let's hear it, boys.
What's the playoff preview?
You
See
know the
everyone's
Bills make me want to shout. Throw my hands up and shout. Throw my hands up and shout. Go Bills, go Bills, go Bills.
For anyone buying a folding table, please don't, because
Go
the Bills
Bills.
are going to smash them all.
Listen, just for reference here, I'm pulling up the playoff picture so that we can look at it. I just want to hear everyone's guesses for round 1. I want to hear your picks.
All right, I think we'll start. Why don't we start in the NFC, because Michael and I are 2 AFC teams. And then we'll start in the bottom here and work our way up. So Rams, Vikings.
I think that is going to be an unbelievable matchup.
In LA, a 14-3 team going on the road is nuts.
That game
Yeah,
actually
that
might
is
get
crazy.
delayed with the forest fires.
I know.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah, it's
But,
pretty brutal out there.
Our prayers go out to everyone in LA.
Thoughts to all
Thoughts
the
and
people in
prayers, thoughts
LA.
and prayers.
Shouts out to Cali.
And for that, I'm going to have to give this dub to the Rams.
I agree. I think you just don't bet against Stafford in the playoffs.
No, I'm the opposite, man. You can't bet against Jettas. Sam Darnold's going to get paid. Kevin O'Connell's a good coach. They've got a good, young, hungry team. The Vikings are legit. I think the Vikings take that one. I think it's probably a field goal, if not 5 points, but it'll be tight.
Do you think it's going to be a shootout?
I think it'll be a shootout.
Yeah.
Pretty 2 high-scoring offenses.
Kind of lacking defenses
And
a little bit.
you know the Rams don't have real fans, so it's going to be mainly Minnesota fans.
We witnessed that.
That's a long way to travel. It's a long way to travel.
Well, I mean, with the forest fire, too, there might be a lot of delays and stuff. But, yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens with that game. But go Vikings. The NFC North, I just kind of like. I don't know. There's no team in there I don't
really
like.
Good teams and then
Bears.
Yeah,
The Bears!
The Bears.
The Bears!
So we got two guys here for the Rams. What do you think? Commanders, Bucks. In Tampa. Sam, what you got?
Now, I'm just going to tell you right now, like, I'm so glad that they made this the primetime matchup Sunday night because Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore
back at it
in the playoffs is going to be unbelievable. But I did read a stat today that was saying Marshawn Lattimore has held Mike Evans to 2.6 catches in his career for 37.4 yards.
That's like on average per matchup?
That's average per. I think that's all the matchups.
And they played each other for a
Average
long
stuff.
time when he was on the Saints.
Yeah, and with that, I might have to give this one to the Commanders. I just think Jaden Daniel can maybe get it done. They bummed out a little bit at the end of the season. And this is kind of where you can take that upswing to really get the momentum back and try to put yourself on top.
Michael, what do you got?
I'm going to go Bucks. I think Baker he's been a rock star this season. They got Rashad White and Bucky Irving is just a great two-headed monster in the backfield. Mike Evans, I wish Chris Godwin was playing, but...
Don't forget Sean Tucker.
Sorry,
Yeah,
triple-headed
shouts
monster.
out Sean Tucker.
Defense has been pretty solid throughout the year, so just give me the Bucks.
Yeah, give me the Bucks too. I mean, that run game is elite. Kate Otten, I don't know if he's back, but I mean, Mike Evans just shines. Baker is a beast. Baker's that guy. I think the Bucks take that one. I think they take it pretty handily too. I don't think the Commanders have an overly
They did
great
beat Washington
defense.
earlier in the season, too.
So I think the Bucks take that. So yeah, Michael and I are thinking Bucks. So someone's got the Commanders. So and then we'll go up to your Fly Eagles.
Here we go.
Eagles Packers, which is the game I'm looking forward to the
On the
most.
road to victory. Fly, Eagles, fly. Hit Jordan Love in the knee.
Again,
I got the Eagles by 1,000. I don't think it's close. I think the Eagles have a better everything. They have a better defense. They have a better secondary. They have a better offense. They have a better O-line. They have a better quarterback. Maybe
Better coach.
better coach. Vic Fangio has been unbelievable to end out this season. Like what he's done with his defensive group is we lost Fletcher Cox, replaced him with Jalen Carter. We got Cooper DeJean in there, who is now an honorary brother, as I'm hearing in the
An
community.
honorary brother.
He's an
yeah.
honorary brother, as
Yeah.
I'm hearing in the community. Guantanamo Bay, unstoppable. I just don't think it's going to be close.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement. I mean, I think it'll be a tight game, but I think Philly takes it by probably a touchdown. I think Philly walks.
yeah, I think
Green
we're all
Bay.
in agreement.
I'm taking Eagles minus 20.5.
All right, so we've got. Let's go through the whole bracket. We've got NFC first round done. Let's go AFC. Start at the bottom here. Chargers, Texans. What do you got?
This is, I think, the tightest matchup of the playoffs. I don't think there's any two teams that are as closely matched as the Chargers and the Texans. I think I have the Texans at home, though. I just think the atmosphere is going to take it. I think C.J. Stroud might be able to figure it out in the playoffs. This is where it matters. I mean, Nico Collins is a dog comparatively to Lad McConkey and Quinn Johnson.
180 yards last
Don't
week.
forget about Canadian boy Josh Palmer.
I got the Texans. Michael, what about you?
I like the Chargers in this. I think Justin Herbert has been one of the best quarterbacks in this league this year with very few offensive weapons. And honestly, J.K. Dobbins coming back is huge as well. So give me the Chargers by a field goal.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I saw this stat too. The 7 years that the Texans have made the playoffs in their history, they've played at 4:00, 3 or 4 o'clock every year on the Saturday. Every year, this is like the Texans' time slot. I like the Chargers here. I agree. They have a good defense. Run game looks good. Herbert looks solid. Lad McConkey is an absolute stud. Texans are beat up on offense. I think the Chargers win, and I think they win pretty handily.
I think the coaching is going to be a big factor in this. I think
Jim Harbaugh is going to come in and bring a lot of that experience. I know he's not coached in the NFL, but he knows how to win. He knows what it takes, and I think he's built that rapport with the group.
Solid career in college.
Yeah.
Michael, let's move it to you with Steelers and Ravens.
Okay, so I work with a lot of Steelers fans, and we've all come to a consensus that it's either going to be a field goal game or the Ravens are just going to absolutely pound us by maybe 3 touchdowns. So give me the Steelers. I'm delusional, but Bosweller's our MVP.
He's got his
for the
AB
season.
jersey rocking too.
It's actually
so.
George Pickens.
Yeah.
It's my fake George Pickens
Yeah.
jersey.
It's Antonio Brown light.
These are
DHgate
three boys
plug.
sitting with DHgate. DHgate sponsor us. DHgate, Alibaba sponsor us.
I could also see I'll get to my prediction in a sec, but I could also see George Pickens being Antonio Brown taking his jersey off mid-game and just leaving this game.
Speaking of, sorry to kind of get off
They have
topic
a
here, did you
T-bank.
see what Tyreek did?
Yeah.
With the AB
We're gonna get into that. We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
Just had to throw that in there.
Taylor, let's hear it. Ravens Steelers.
So selfishly, as a Bills fan, I don't want to touch the Ravens in the playoffs, so I would like the Steelers to win. I think the Ravens roll the Steelers. I think the Ravens, we've said it year over year with Lamar, and you know, last year he was pretty good up until the AFC Championship. You never know what you're going to get. Playing Pittsburgh, I think there's a team that can shut down Derrick Henry and Lamar. It's Pittsburgh with that great pass rush and run defense. But I think the Ravens got something to prove this year. So give me the Ravens by probably 10.
Jeez.
No, I think I agree with you on everything that you said there. The only difference is I think Mike Tomlin also has something to prove now. I think he's been losing for a little
They
too
haven't
long.
won a playoff game in forever. They've been getting
Big Ben.
years.
Big Ben era.
They've been getting their shit kicked in for years. So yeah, I mean, go Steelers. Like, you know, fuck the Ravens. I don't want to play them in the playoffs if I'm the Bills.
I think just to go off a different grain, I'm gonna have to take the Steelers as well here.
Let's go.
Okay,
I
go
think
Steelers. We're all in
Let's
agreement.
go.
Go
I think
Steelers.
I just like you said, Lamar. He's got something to prove in the playoffs, and I just don't know if he's going to really have what it takes to just completely throw it out, and especially against that Steelers defense. It's tough. That city plays hard football, and they're just going to go for big hits and try to shut down that offense any means
There's the
necessary.
reason they're the highest paid defense
Did
in
you
the
see
league.
that Ravens history stat about their Super Bowls?
Every 12 years. they
Every
have a
12 years,
20-year-old
there's Trent
quarterback.
Dilfer. He won. He was 28 years old. Then 12 years later, Joe Flacco at 28 years old won his first Super Bowl. And then this year, Lamar turned 28. 12 years later, I don't know. It's history
28
repeated itself.
curse. The
script is-
28
I love how-
curse.
Who finds these stats?
Yo, man, it's like Austin Matthews without a mustache, bro. Someone on Sportsnet sitting there like, Austin Matthews has 18 goals when he doesn't have a mustache. It's like, who's recording?
How do you find these things? I mean, like,
Someone just got
kudos
time
to
on
you
their
guys
hand.
for finding cool stats, but like,
There's stats for everything nowadays. It's crazy.
all right, Bills, Broncos.
I wonder who he's gonna
pick. Let's go, Buffalo. Let's go, Buffalo. We all agree Bills by a million.
I think it's going to be closer than you think.
I wouldn't say. I think Bills by 10. I would say
I
Bills
think
by
that's
10.
fair.
So
That's fair.
this is the matchup of the team that allowed the least amount of sacks versus the team that had the most sacks this year. And Amari Cooper's back. Bills O-line looks great. Broncos have a great young team. I think Bo Nix is a stud. Cortland Sutton's sick. Pat Surtain is probably depoy. If not, he's going to be a finalist for it. I still think the Bills run it.
Yeah, I don't think you can really bet against Josh Allen with the year that he's having. Like, you want to talk about Lamar trying to have something to prove? Josh Allen has been out there slinging that ball.
Very good.
Oh my
Very
gosh.
good.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so we got wild card round covered. Quickly, divisional round. So if we're going NFC, it would be Bucks Eagles.
For you, I would have Commanders Eagles with my pick.
Commanders Eagles or Bucks Eagles?
For me, Commanders Eagles, I'm still taking the Eagles. I think the Eagles are the most well-built team in the NFL. I don't think there's any other team that has more superstars at each position. So I'm going to take it there. But what do you guys think about Bucks Eagles? How's that matchup looking?
Well, I think the Eagles get their revenge on the Bucks. I think it'll be a very, very close game, but I'll take the Eagles.
I can't sleep on the Bucks. I don't know what it is about Baker and this Bucks team. I'm not shitting on the Eagles. I think they're an excellent football team. I don't know. I really like the Bucks. They had the Hurricane. I'm telling you, man. They're the 2000 and the Hurricane Katrina Saints. That's what they are in Tampa. I really like the Bucks. They're solid everywhere. That run game is elite. Philly's really good though. If Philly plays like Philly can play, they'll win. But if they're asleep at the wheel for the first half, the Bucks will take a 3-score lead and just walk to the finish line.
I don't even think that's true. I mean, against the Ravens, same thing. They didn't score in the first quarter. They don't score in the first quarter this year.
Yeah.
And they still went, 13-3?
Well, it depends too.
13-4?
If Jalen Hurts is he playing against the Pack?
He's practicing right now. I mean, it's a concussion. You know how the NFL is. I don't think they really care about
Is
his
his
concussion.
hand still? Didn't he have like a?
He had a broken
splint or
finger.
something?
It was his left hand, so it's not his throwing hand. That's good, but he's got a splint on his middle finger on his left hand, broken finger. But I mean,
So kind of okay. So we're a little split there, and then if we go, it would be Chargers and Bills, I think, and then Chiefs, Steelers, or it would probably be, if we're going on the favorites, Bills, Ravens, and then Chargers, Chiefs. Correct?
Yeah.
So what do we think there? Bills. I think the Bills, if they played the Steelers, would walk the Steelers. I'm sorry.
they did.
I
Like
think
a-
they would.
They already did.
walk you like a dog.
I think they walk them like a dog. I think Josh Allen would have like 400 yards and 5 touchdowns against that team.
Yeah, he'd throw another one to himself. He'd throw it off his line in the back of his head.
Yeah,
and
for
catch
sure.
it.
But if
Throw
they
it back
play the Ravens, I think that's a toss-up. I don't know. Like the Ravens cooked them earlier this year. I'm not making excuses. Bills were banged up. The Bills played bad that game. They didn't have a good game. The Ravens played excellent. Derrick Henry went for out of Derrick Henry day. I don't know. I think that's a toss-up. Selfishly, I'm going to say the Bills, but if it's Bills-Ravens, what do you guys got?
Yeah, I think I'm also taking the Bills. I think it's just a little bit more of a dynamic offense, and especially we don't know how long Zay Flowers is going to be out for. He's
That's a big one.
not likely for the Steelers game. If he's still not in for the Bills, I'm taking the Bills heavily. With Zay Flowers, I think it's a little more dynamic. You have a little bit more of that deep threat. You're not relying on the dirty Duve and Nelson Aguilar to bail you
Forget
out.
about Rashad Bateman.
The dirty Bates. But I got the Bills. Michael?
Yeah, I think the Bills will finally get over the hump this year, whether they make the AFC Championship or the Super Bowl. I think it's a given that they make either or. So give me the Bills.
And I think we all agree, regardless of who the Chiefs play, they're going to beat them in the divisional round.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's Steelers or Ravens. Steelers or Chargers or Texans. It's going to be.
I mean, what was the score when the Steelers played them earlier this year?
29-10.
Yeah.
No. So,
I'll do it.
all right. So then we go NFC Conference Championship.
Well, we missed Lions.
Oh, Lions,
So
sorry.
the Lions would play the Vikings or the Rams.
Give me Lions Vikings all day long. Give me that NFC North all day long.
Unbelievable.
But-
The atmosphere. That stadium
Crazy.
will be shaking.
Crazy.
Lions by a billion, right? Like we all agree.
I mean, they did it, was it last week?
they
It
killed
was
them on
close.
Monday night. They shit rocked them Monday
And that
night.
was also without Monty.
I'm
too,
pretty sure
so-
there's still like a very slim chance that Aiden Hutchinson might play. I think he's aiming for a conference championship.
and Anzalone too.
Anal zone.
Anal zone. Did you see? I saw a video of this girl. She got a Anzalone jersey for Christmas, but they added it to say anal zone. So funny.
So good.
So I think we all agree Lions there.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
then
yeah.
your NFC, which should be the NFC Championship, is going to be Eagles Lions.
Eagles, Lions, or you guys, one of you took Bucks, Eagles.
I like the Bucks.
Or Bucks,
I like
Lions,
the
sorry.
Bucks Lions. I think that'd be so.
That
I
would
think-
be a crazy match.
that would be.
I think that would be a
shootout.
horrible matchup. I think
That would be
that game, the Bucks would get shit stomped.
I don't know.
How are you going to keep it compete?
If they beat the Eagles, I mean, are the Eagles going to get shit stomped by the Lions? I think
No.
the Bucks can beat the Eagles.
That's ridiculous. But
All right, for devil's advocate's sake, I'll go Eagles Lions NFC Championship. I think the Lions beat the Eagles.
this guy's delusional.
I think I will also take the Lions. I think you're a little bit delusional.
I take the Eagles all day of the week. I think
I
matchup.
think we just
I think matchup for matchup, the Eagles take it. I think the difference maker here is going to be the quarterbacks. I think Jalen Hurts can extend the play better than Jared Goff can.
Jared Goff can't move.
Exactly.
He's as mobile as a skateboard on sand.
Strictly a
That's
pocket
exactly
passer.
what you need in the playoffs. You need those gritty plays. You need those plays that are going to make everyone at home say, "Holy shit! I can't believe I just saw that
You need a
happen."
Jameer Gibbs is what you need.
We have Saquon Barkley.
I was waiting for you to say.
Like what? We have Saquon. You have
2,000 yards
Jameer
on the year, no
Gibbs.
big deal.
The guy would have hit the record if Nick Sirianni wasn't scared.
I think the Lions take it. I think it's tight. I think the Lions take
I
it.
got the Eagles in a pretty horrible defensive game. I think I got the Eagles in a 18-10 win.
Oh, God.
In Detroit with that crowd.
The Eagles fans will. The flock moves. The flock will be there.
Yeah, but Lions fans don't mess around, man.
Eagles fans show out, man. We were in LA. They went coast to coast, and
All
they
right.
took over the
Okay,
stadium.
so you got the Eagles in the Super Bowl. I think Michael and I got the Lions. So AFC, we're all predicting a Chiefs-Bills again. AFC Championship in Arrowhead.
The golden game.
What are we gonna get? Are the Bills
golden
finally gonna
man.
get over the hump with a lesser team than they've had over the years, but a better Josh Allen?
The Chiefs also have a lesser team, though.
The Chiefs' defense is elite, though, man.
The Chiefs are the Chiefs.
But it's always
by
been
the
an elite defense. It's nothing new.
So
Their
what do you think?
offense has just gotten
Bills.
worse.
I think the Bills get over the hump this year. I've never seen. I've been a Bills fan for quite a while now, and I've never seen Josh Allen play like this. I mean,
his
he's
best year.
This is by far his best year. He's a man on a mission this year. I think he's out to prove that we lost Diggs in the offseason. The defense took a hit with the safeties, and then they got younger and kind of worse, and still went on to win 13 games. Give me the Bills by a field goal
Reasonable.
in Arrowhead. I think the Chiefs get over, or the Bills get over the hump here.
Listen, we had a long time as football fans here where we couldn't bet against Brady. No one could bet against Brady. We had a long time in the NFL where no one could bet against Brady. We're in a new era. You don't bet against Patrick Mahomes.
You don't bet
It's
against
just the way it
Patrick
goes.
Mahomes.
The guy knows how to win. He's got the killer instinct. I think Josh Allen has that wow factor, but Patrick Mahomes knows how to get the job done. And I'm going to take the Chiefs here.
Don't come on my pants. I'll come in your mouth.
Absolute
That's
farm
fine.
animal.
Back to the bracket.
All right. So, what do you guys want as a Super Bowl here?
I would much rather Bills Eagles. I'm just going to say that right now. I think that's the Super Bowl that, like, the stadium won't be standing at the end.
Yeah.
Either team that lose will tear
You know,
the stadium down.
you know the forest fires going on in California right now. That would be is New Orleans this year.
It'd be...
We can't really say that given what just happened in New Orleans. My bad. My bad.
All right. So who do you guys got? In a Eagles-Chiefs Super Bowl, who do you have?
Eagles. Eagles all day.
You hate Mahomes, though.
Yeah. Eagles all day.
Correct me if I'm wrong. There's never been a three-peat in the NFL. Is that right?
There's never been a three-peat in the NFL.
I think we're gonna witness history. Mahomes gets it.
It's going to be so depressing.
And then Travis Kelce's gonna propose to Taylor Swift on the stage when he wins the MVP of the Super Bowl. Watch.
Man, like that's
It's in the script, man.
the worst feeling ever is waking up on a Monday after the Super Bowl and realizing that the Chiefs are still world champions.
And that
Oh
football's
my
over.
God.
And then
But
you gotta
honestly,
wait.
like,
You gotta wait so long.
if they shortened the season by 3 weeks, but it was a guarantee that the Chiefs weren't going to win it, I would take it.
Dude,
I'd be like, okay.
I would lose my right leg just for the Chiefs not to be in the Super Bowl. And I'd give my left one just for the Bills to be in it.
What about Bills Eagles? Who do you have in that?
I think that would be a fucking shootout.
That would be electric.
I think that would be either Bills Lions or Bills Eagles. I think is what everyone wants. One of the two. Like, I think Bills Eagles, that would be fucking mayhem, and I think that would be a shootout. I think it'd be like 90 points. Would be like 89.5 would be the line on the over-under for the total amount of points. I think that would be a shootout. Yeah, give me the Bills.
I'd be fucked.
Give me the Bills. Go Bills.
It would be a very good game. I think I would also take the Bills. But very, very close.
I'm going to call it right now. That Super Bowl is going to happen. It's going to be Bills Eagles in the Super Bowl. And I'm going to call it right now that the Eagles win on a bullshit ref call.
And then you're going to have more cum in your pants.
What, like the holding call against the Chiefs?
It's going to be a nice holding call on... I don't even know who any of the Bill safeties are. Is Milano still there?
He's a linebacker, but yes.
Sonny Milano. He's going to get a nice
It's
holding.
always sunny in Milan.
He's going to get a nice holding call with 2 minutes left in the game. Bills turn the ball over. Eagles march down, kick a field goal, and win.
No, go Bills.
And that's the Super Bowl.
Jake Elliott, Super Bowl MVP.
All right. Now that that's out of the way, do you guys make your top 5 QBs, or everyone
did.
just told me to go fuck myself? Because I didn't make 5 QBs either.
Yeah, I got him.
This
Yeah.
was your idea.
I know it was,
Wow.
but I'm
Okay.
unprepared.
All right, Michael, go. You got your list. Go ahead.
Okay.
Are we doing in order?
I want your top 5 QBs in the playoffs. I want to hear who you think
Okay.
are the best. That if you were starting a team from week 1 of the playoffs, what quarterback are you taking?
Okay, Michael, go ahead.
Okay, I think our consensus number 1 pick is all Mahomes because he was mine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Number 2 might surprise you. I took Baker. Number 3, I took Goff. Number 4, I took Herbert.
Are you asleep?
Are you good?
And number 5,
This guy's clip farming. He
Russ
has to be
Wilson.
clip farming.
He's got Russell
He
Wilson.
has to be clip
C.J.
farming.
Stroud. No Steelers.
Josh Allen isn't in your top 5.
Josh Allen isn't in your top 2.
As much as I want
Lamar
to see Josh
Jackson isn't in
Allen,
your top 5.
I hate Lamar. I'll never put him in my top 5. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. But no,
I
Josh
thought you
Allen
could be a
is.
professional.
Okay, this you should delete this. You shut
I
up.
really thought he could be a professional.
ahead. You're an idiot.
You didn't even give me a chance to explain.
Explain. I want to hear it.
I don't think
It's unbelievable.
Josh Allen's a great quarterback, but I think he'll be mediocre in the playoffs, and the Bills' defense is
Have
what
you
gets them
seen?
over the top.
He's the best passer
Has he
rating
ever
in the
been-
NFL history.
Has he ever been mediocre in the playoffs? Have we ever seen a mediocre
That's-
Josh
that
Allen?
is
He's
my
the
take.
third most touchdowns in
You
the
heard it
wild
here
card round
first.
in NFL
Josh
history.
Allen will be mediocre in the playoffs.
All right.
my God.
I'm going to give my top 5, but I'm going to be Michael. Number 1, Patrick Mahomes. Number 2, Bo Nix. Number 3, Jaden Daniels.
Okay, give me your top 5.
My top 5, I think it's more reasonable. It makes more sense. I think it's what other people would guess. I'd put Patrick Mahomes at 1, Josh Allen at 2, Lamar at 3.
Ew.
I'd put maybe Jalen Hurts at 4, and then Baker at 5.
I just want. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's it.
I like that list.
It's a good list.
I'm good with that. Josh Allen has 21 touchdowns and 4 picks in his career in the playoffs.
Just watch. This is the year.
That's elite
This is
numbers.
the year.
Elite
Watch.
numbers. I'm not even talking about rushing touchdowns. That's 21 passing
And all he's
touchdowns.
ever had is Diggs. And Diggs is a diva in the playoffs.
Don't forget about Gabe Davis, all right?
Oh, my. Big game,
Yeah.
Gabe.
All right, top 5. I have to do it. I don't want to, but I'm going to go Mahomes, number 2. I'm going to go Allen, number 3, Lamar, 4, Hurts, 5. I got to split between Baker and Goff. They're both. I think they're both
Again,
really, really good.
I think it really, like, in the playoffs, like I said, you have to be able to extend the play. You have to be able to pull shit out. Like, you have to pull a rabbit out of the hat every time.
Yeah.
And I don't think Jared Goff can do that
Goff
as
doesn't
well.
have the legs for that. I'm good with Baker being 5 in that. If that's the argument, I'm good with that.
Imagine Baker on the Lions.
Oh, my God.
That would be.
Baker's exceptional.
Would they be
Baker is
better with
exceptional.
It would be unbelievable with Baker.
He can extend plays, too.
He can extend
Baker
plays.
can
pretty
move.
fast.
Then he has 3 good wide receivers, 2 elite wide receivers,
Good tight end.
and great. Well, I mean, I guess he already has a great running back.
backs, and maybe the best O line in one of the best O lines.
One of the best
in
lines in the league, easily top 3.
I'm a little surprised none of us had Jordan Love.
No,
I gotta say.
I think the guy, he's good, but I think he still needs a little more time to.
He's had a little bit of a turnover problem this year. Not super healthy every game, but I gotta say he's got a lot of talent. He's a good quarterback.
I think he has a lot of talent. He'll be a good quarterback again. It's like we said last episode, QB development. We got to let these guys take a couple of years. It's going to take 5, 6, 7
Yeah,
years before
yeah.
we really see what these guys are going to be completely.
100%. Solid quarterback. I think I could see Love maybe being an MVP finalist one year in his career, but not now.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
agree.
put him there yet.
All right, let's get into these NFL awards. Last week we talked about the MVP race a little bit, so let's keep that out of it. But let's start talking about some depoy. I love the Offensive Rookie of the Year race. I
So
love
close.
the discussion online.
So close.
I love it. Who do you think has got that Offensive Rookie of the Year?
Go ahead.
Very tight. I think it's going to come down between Brock Bowers and Jaden Daniels. But just given that Jaden Daniels broke the record, right, for most rushing yards in a rookie season, I think that's what's going to put him over the top. So give me Jaden Daniels.
My Offensive Rookie of the Year, probably the worst quarterback situation in the NFL, is Malik Neighbors. The guy put up over 100
It's not
catches,
bad.
over 100 yards. I think in Week 18 he had the record for most receptions. He broke Puka's record, and then Bowers topped him.
Yeah.
But again, Bowers, terrible quarterback situation, but like the yards for Malik Neighbors. I mean, I know it's tight end versus receiver, so the yards are going to differ. But like, I have to give it to Malik Neighbors. You go from Daniel Jones to Tommy Cutlets to Drew Lock. Like, I have to give it. I have to give it to Malik Neighbors. What do you think?
I think that's a good one. In my head, the NFL just loves their QBs. I can see this award going to a QB.
Makes sense.
I think the 2 guys who are the front runners are going to be Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels. I think Jaden Daniels gets it done. I think team success there was a little more impressive. I think he got started a lot hotter, and I know he slowed down towards the end of the season. But, I mean, I think the stats say it all. Jaden Daniels is going to be a machine in this league for the next. He's going to tear it up. He's going to be an issue in this division
He's the real
for
deal,
a
man.
long
He's
time.
the real deal.
You know, it's funny we talk about developmental quarterback issues in the NFL. 2 rookie quarterbacks are in the playoffs, in Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels. That's crazy.
I mean, these kids are phenoms, though. But we'll also see the sophomore slump. Like, I mean, C.J. Stroud did it last year. He went to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow was he a rookie or second year when he went to the Super Bowl?
Second year.
Second
He got
year.
injured his rookie year.
You're right.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, we're just seeing these kids are just getting better and better. I mean, like,
It's nuts.
there's like the science and
And they're not like
everything
they're
is
not like the I played 6 years in college, I'm 26 years old rookie. Like Bo Nix is 22. I think Jaden Daniels is the same
No,
age.
Bo Nix is like 25. I think he did
Did
4
he?
years at
Oh,
college.
check right
yeah.
now.
correct me on that.
He's a little bit older, but like he's still
But
a
Jaden
rookie.
Daniels is young.
Bo Nix is 24.
24. What's Daniel Daniels is probably like 23, 22. Anyways, 2 rookie quarterbacks in the playoffs I think is wild. Yeah, my offensive player of the year
Daniels
or
also
rookie
24.
is Malik Neighbors. You got Bowers, you got Jaden Daniels.
I think I have Jaden Daniels.
I just think Jaden Daniels as well.
I think yeah,
Oh,
it's
you
a
took
QB
Jaden, yeah, sorry.
award, and all right, let's get into a fun little game here, lads. I got a little blind comparisons for a wide receiver.
Oh
All
boy.
right, let's rip through it.
There's
baby.
one guy in this league that I just don't know what he's gonna be, and I think this is a great way to find out. Garrett Wilson, that kid was supposed to be a stud, and what a dumpster fire he got thrown into. And so,
No quarterback.
well, I mean, he still put up a
Solid
spectacular season.
Solid season.
101 receptions for 1,271 yards and 7 touchdowns. Wow. Now, do you want Garrett Wilson with 1,200 yards, 101 receptions, 1,300 yards, 100 receptions, and 7 touchdowns, or this blind receiver, 87 receptions for 1,027 yards, 4 TDs?
Wow.
Give me Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, I think Garrett Wilson takes that easily.
The other receiver was Jacoby Myers. I think that's a fair
He
comparison.
had a great year, too.
I'll take Garrett. I'll take Garrett Wilson.
Take Garrett Wilson.
Garrett
for
Wilson
that.
for sure.
Next one has 112 receptions for 1,200 yards and 5 TDs.
Interesting.
Still Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, I think I'm in agreement as well.
I have to factor in before you say who that is. I have to factor in the guy had Zach Wilson, Aaron Rodgers,
Don't forget about Mike White.
Mike White.
It's only
like-
this year, so it'd be
Okay, so
only
Aaron
be Aaron
Rodgers, but he had 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers who sucks.
Yeah.
I have to take Garrett Wilson there,
The other receiver there is Brock Bowers.
Interesting.
who also did it with Derek Motorcycle and
Uncle
Rico.
Next guy here has 78 receptions, 1,100 yards, and 8 TDs.
8 TDs. How many did Wilson have?
Wilson at 7. So this guy has 100
On-
less yards on 25 less catches and 1 more touchdown.
Give me that receiver.
I think I'm in agreement there.
That's
The
production
reception
right there.
difference, but the yards difference being kind of minimal, I'll take the second guy as well.
George Kittle. You guys just
Wow.
selected George Kittle over Garrett Wilson.
I mean, if you're yeah, I probably would still take Kittle over. If you and two, like you have to remember, CMC was hurt, but he still played a chunk of games. Ayuk was hurt, but he played a chunk of games, and Debo played a lot,
it sucked.
but wasn't great. Like Kittle, there's more competition there with Kittle. Like I think you got to factor that
He
in now that
blocks
we
a
know
lot,
that
too.
it's and he
Not
blocks.
just the receiver.
He may be the best blocking tight
Well,
end in the league.
This game isn't about knowing, okay? Blindside is always 2020.
Blindside is always 2020.
Michael, or like a paddle in the boat.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
like Kittle.
This guy has 82 receptions.
1,100 yards, 13 TDs.
And just give me Wilson's stats one more time. Sorry.
Wilson's got 101 receptions,
Yep.
1,271 yards, and 7 TDs. This guy has 1,100 yards, 82 receptions, 13 TDs.
Give me that guy.
I'll take Garrett Wilson.
Battery died.
That is scary Terry McLaurin.
That's a very good comparison.
Sorry about the technical difficulties there. We are back in this in
3, 2, psych.
I got a face ID. Okay. I got 2 more comparisons here. These 2 are where it gets interesting.
Let's hear him.
This guy here has 100 receptions, 1,271 yards, 9 TDs.
That's tough.
They have the exact same amount of yards, 2 more TDs on 1 less reception.
Give me a receiver too.
I'm going to stick with Garrett Wilson on this one.
That receiver is Drake London. Drake London had
Similar
Yeah,
quarterback
good year.
a
situation.
sneaky, unbelievable year.
Good year.
I mean, it
He's
wasn't
really
sneaky,
good.
but
He's solid as hell.
that's unbelievable.
He's really good. I like him.
And the last guy I have here has 100 receptions, 1,130 yards, and 6 TDs.
Give me Wilson.
Yeah, I'll ride with Garrett Wilson as well.
That last one's JSN. Jackson Smith.
He had a big step this year, though. Give him props for that.
Yeah, JSN took a huge step. League winner, fantasy.
League winner in fantasy, and I mean
winner.
the way that DK is getting phased out of that offense.
Oh, my God.
It's sad.
I
It's
think he
sad to
was
see.
under 1,000 yards in the year.
He was.
I think he had like 970 or something.
Pretty sure you're right. And that's it for that.
All right, I think we've kind of milked the NFL for
Oh, yeah.
everything we've got here.
Let's get into some NHL, eh? How about them Leafs? They're playing right
Them
now.
Leafs.
Division winners.
The score in that game.
How about them Leafs? So we've got the Leafs are 42 games into the season here. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to pull up standings. The Leafs are 42 games into the year. They've got a 4-point lead on Florida and an 11-point lead on the lowly sinking Boston Bruins. The Leafs are currently
Who have lost 5 in a row.
in Carolina, tied 2-2 in the first period.
Damn.
The Leafs have actually won
So-
5 in a row.
I want to be clear that we do this every year with the Leafs. This is the year Matthews, Marner, Nylander, Riley. This year's different, and I'm saying that because exceptional goaltending, a different blue line.
We have exceptional goaltending every year. We
No.
got Jack Campbell who's the Vezina finalist, and we still lost.
Don't give me that shit.
We blew a 3-1 lead.
They have the two guys in the top 10 in save percentage. I think Stolarz, before he got hurt, was actually leading the league. Wall, who is playing number 1 minutes and looks exceptional, And they've done all of this with Matthews missing half the year. Their best player has missed half the year. John Tavares is a point a game.
Unbelievable.
He's a point a game.
Unbelievable. I love him.
My thing about this Leafs team is I was looking back at all their games, and it's very rare that they win a game scoring more than 3.
They're playing physical.
Every time they win 3-2, 3-1, 2-1.
I'm fine with that.
1-0.
That means that they can win tight games. I don't feel stressed anymore with the Leafs
That's
winning.
not how you win in the playoffs, though.
2-1
You have to score more than 2 or 3 goals in the playoffs to be able to win.
Yeah, but
This is what they did last year against Tampa, and they did the same thing against Florida, and they got beat up against Florida because Florida was outscoring them. It was a more high-caliber offense.
They will address secondary scoring at the deadline. They know they need a center, and they know they need scoring wingers. They will address that. They won't have a ton of cap space, but, like, you know, a guy like Timmins who's been pretty solid, you can move out for some cap space. Robertson, you can move out for some cap space. Domi's better as a winger. They're good. They're really solid. I like the Leafs this year. I think the Berube mentality. I mean, like, Connor Dewar fought last night or 2 nights ago. Like, you know, I was at the game on Saturday and I'm watching Matthew Nyes, this Matthews light. I'm not saying he's Austin Matthews, but the way that he plays is physical and big, and he doesn't lose puck battles, and he's strong on the puck. And guy puts up a hat trick, then he scores again against Philly, and then he scores again against Philly in a different game. I don't know. They look really, really good. Their blue line looks really solid. I love Tanev. I love OEL. I think McCabe looks really good. I hope he comes back soon. I like the Leafs a lot. Great goaltending. Power play is solid. Penalty kill's pretty good. I'd like to move off of fucking David Kampf, but
God.
$2.5 million to not even win faceoffs. Like, he doesn't even do anything. Like, he's a waste of space. That guy. But
Do we think Revo has a spot on
No.
the playoff roster?
no, Revo didn't even fight Garrett
I
Hathaway.
think that you put him on. He hasn't been physical this year. He really just hasn't been doing his
If
job.
you're not fighting, you're doing nothing. Like,
I mean,
you're literally on this team to fight
If I'm
and be DJ
Berube,
guy in the locker room.
if I'm Berube, I'm scratching him like the last 2 weeks of the regular season, and
Fair,
then
fair.
you put him in game 1 to go set a tone, get him out there. Same thing that what they do. It was Kyle Clifford. When
Yeah, he nailed.
it was Sergachev.
It was
Yeah,
Sergachev.
yeah.
From behind.
Sergachev
From
against the
behind,
boards.
5-minute major, and the Leafs scored twice.
5-minute major. He gets
David Kampf scored. On that.
ejected, and then there you go. I mean, that's what you like. It's about
But at
mentality.
least
it's about
in
the locker
that
room.
game, Clifford coming in knowing that I have to set the tone, I have to be physical. Yeah, he took a stupid penalty, but like that's
the way you
part of
do
it,
it.
man.
Yeah,
if you're gonna be
yeah.
a fourth line guy, you gotta be out there laying the body. He can't even fucking skate.
Absolutely.
I love Revo. Like, I think he's a great guy to have in the locker room, but I think he's useless as a hockey player.
Yeah, big time.
All right, I'm good with the Leafs. I think they're legit, and watch out if they win the division, if they potentially win first in the East. I don't know about the President's Trophy, but if they win first in the East and they play like a shitty team in the first round and they get an easy round win, which we say easy,
Hopefully.
Yeah, but there's also the
some
NHL format,
confidence.
man. God knows they might freaking play. I guess Tampa kind of sucks now, but I mean,
It's still Tampa.
It's still Tampa.
Still Tampa.
You're still gonna play like Boston or Florida. I mean, Florida probably won't slip that much, but
No. But
you play Boston, Tampa, or
they're going to get a tough matchup.
who's even outside of
Yeah.
the division? Who's on the bubble in the
Tampa, Boston, Florida, and then Washington's in first, then New Jersey.
I just want to know in this division. I wonder who's on the bubble here.
Somehow Montreal is like 2 points out of a wild card spot.
Senators are close.
Montreal, I think, was in a playoff spot last time I checked.
And Montreal's close.
The Hurricanes are legit. The Devils are
Yeah.
legit. Washington looks so
If
good.
the Leafs end up playing the Senators, the Canadians instead
They
of
should
Tampa,
walk them.
They should, but God knows.
Or Columbus. Like, you got to finish first in the East. You have to.
How about
You
them
have to.
Rangers?
The regular season at this point for the Leafs on their trajectory of not winning a cup and doing deep playoff runs, playing a shittier team in the first round means something. So I think the Leafs have to finish first in the division, and they have to finish first in the East.
It'd be when's the last time they won the Atlantic? I can't even remember.
I don't think they've won the
it's been a
Atlantic
while.
since it's become the Atlantic.
It's been a while.
I don't know the last time the Leafs would have won their conference. I don't even think in the Sundin times they were finishing first.
All right. Like Michael said, how about them Rangers?
Oh my God! What an absolute
suck.
tire
They suck.
fire that team is, man.
These New York teams, man. Like I think in every sport, really. I mean, the Knicks are pretty good now. They're having their time
The
in the spotlight.
Knicks and the Bills are saving the state of New York.
But I mean, the Giants are horrible. The Jets are horrible.
Sabres.
The Islanders are horrible. The Sabres are
I
horrible.
guess the Yankees and the Mets, but we're not on baseball season anymore. I
don't
mean,
want
like,
baseball.
yeah, I don't get it with the Rangers, man. You look at that team on paper: Zibanejad, Panarin, Kreider, Fox,
Shesterkin.
Shesterkin, who should be the best goalie in the league. Like, Kako, who thought that was going to be a stud. Lafreniere, like, I don't get it. I don't understand why. And then they move off Trouba, and they have Keandre Miller and Keatle and all these studs on their team. Like, they're so good, and they're so big, and they're fast. Like,
They can't get it done.
I don't get it.
Can't get
I
it
don't
done.
understand why they fucking suck this year. They're not going to be fucking suck this year. They are fucking suck this year.
No, I agree, man. It's just unbelievable. Like, I mean,
I don't get it.
it really does. It raises the question that Michael brought up: do you rebuild or do you retool?
I mean, like, even if they go into a retool, what can they do?
So, like, I was looking at their cap page today or yesterday. So they've obviously signed Sturkin long term. Panarin's up after next season. Zibanejad's locked in for like 6 more years. He's got a full no move. They somehow the Anaheim Ducks took on Trouba's contract without the Rangers eating anything. They locked up Lafreniere. Am I saying his name right?
I say
Lafreniere. Lafreniere.
Whatever, he's a
Sorry,
tabernacle.
you know what I'm thinking about is that
Very French.
that kid on the Kings, Laferriere or whatever.
Oh, he's
got the
pretty
same
good.
name. They're, I don't know. Like, Kreider's got a lot more at 6.5. Fox is still a stud, but like Keandre Miller's up this year. Lindbergh's up this year.
Is Schneider up this year?
I think he's got one more year
One
on
more
this
year.
cheap deal. Like,
I mean, that might be the time if you have all your role players walking.
and they're trying to, like, Drury said, like, they're trying to change. Even Elliot Friedman said they're trying to change their core midseason. They're trying to trade Kreider. They're trying potentially to move Zibanejad.
I just
like,
don't think that ever works.
It does.
I don't know
You
how that
can't
works.
rebuild a
That's
team
an
in the middle
off-season
of
type of thing.
Yeah, you cannot rebuild. These
Yeah.
guys, they need they need to build that relationship with each other.
Well, I
They
mean,
need
like,
to build trust.
You look at even trying to do it in the off season, like the Predators, like that. That's a complete tire fire too.
Stamkos is just.
Stamkos,
I love Stamkos.
Yossi,
He's old, too,
Marchessault.
though. I mean,
Rene Saros.
and Shea, the guy they got. Was
Yeah.
that Shea they got too? Like, none of that has worked.
pronounced
O'Reilly,
Skidgee.
yeah, Skidgee.
Skidgee.
Ryan
Skidgee.
O'Reilly doesn't look good. Like, they were better last year, and on paper they were significantly worse. They made the playoffs last year.
Maybe
We forgot about
Francis.
Forsberg too.
Forsberg,
Forsberg's there
like,
too.
the guys they added, Stamkos is still 30. He's 35, but he put up 40 plus last year. Shea is so good. Yossi's already there. Saros last year was arguably maybe top 5,
Yeah,
top
just a
3
top 5 at least.
goalie in the league. I don't know. You have all these draft picks and all this cap space, and I don't really know what's going on there.
Was it a mistake to trade Askarov?
Yeah,
Big time.
I think so.
One of the best goalie prospects in recent time in the
They,
NHL.
they
at least.
may have. They should have probably, in hindsight. Sorry, blindside is
It's
2020.
always 2020.
They probably should have moved Saros before extending him, and then just run Askarov, and I guess they had Wedgwood at the time. And net, I don't understand the Preds. It doesn't make any sense to me.
No, it's I mean, again, I think like you said, that with the cap space, you kind of do have the freedom here to rebuild. But the question is, do guys Forsberg doesn't want to stick around for a rebuild.
No.
Stamkos can't stick around for a rebuild.
And Marchessault, he has a lot of term, yeah? Wasn't it like a 6 or 5 year?
It was a 5-year deal, I think, at 5.5.
He's
Yeah.
been so hot and cold. Like, it's just.
Yeah, you're speaking as an owner in
Yeah, I
fantasy.
don't know.
I gotta have this guy in fantasy. I want to drop him, and I never know when. Like, because I go to drop him, and he's got.
It's the dual wingers. It's the dual wingers that
So
makes it
valuable.
hard.
Oh, it's the worst, man. It's the worst.
Why did it go so quiet?
Let's talk about this. The Four Nations Cup.
Yeah.
You guys are a little more well versed here than I am.
I'm so happy good international hockey.
And they're back. The Olympics are back in 2026 in Milan. So there will be NHL players there again. I don't know. I get why Russia is not in it. I understand it. The hockey fan in me wants Russia to be a part of this because they have so much talent in the NHL, and there's so many skilled guys in the K that you don't ever see. Like, you can see guys like Panarin, and Kaprizov. These guys they come out of it and they're just complete studs. Malkin, all these guys, they have the Russian gas in them. I don't know.
Best goalies
I
in the
get
league,
it. I
too.
get why Russia's not in it, but I would love for Russia to be in it. And then you have when they did the World Cup, they had the European team. Slovakia could field a pretty good team. The Czechs could field a pretty good team. The Germans, they have some guys in the Swiss. There's pretty good teams that aren't a part of this Four Nation thing. And I get it. It's a prelims to the Olympics, but
Okay, someone give the viewers a little bit of clarity. What are the four nations?
Four nations: Canada, the U.S., Finland, and Sweden.
Very nice. Very nice.
So the four powerhouses minus Russia of the hockey world internationally. Michael, you go ahead. I think we'll start with what you thought of the Canada roster. You know, guys left off, guys they had.
Yeah, there's a lot of snubs. I mean, the forward core is still elite. You got McDavid, McKinnon, Crosby. Like, they'll probably stick one of those
Right
three guys
there.
on the wing, but that center 1-2-3 punch
Oh
is
my
just
God.
absolutely insane.
Yeah.
But it's kind of the same thing with the U.S. I mean, they got Matthews and Eichel. Jack Hughes is probably going to play the wing.
I think I'd still take the Canadian centers. I mean, come
But
on.
then it also comes down to the defense and the goalies. Like, it's Hellebuck, Demko, and Ottinger, right?
Yeah.
And we got Binnington and Logan Thompson was a
No,
snub.
it's Hellebuck, Ottinger, and Swayman.
Sorry, Swayman. Who's
Demko didn't. No, he's hurt, but if he's healthy, probably is the starting goalie. If Canada's here, he's the starting goalie for Canada.
But yeah, I don't know. Canada had some snubs. I mean, Pietrangelo, I'm not a huge fan of. He's still a great player, but
He's good.
He's a little
good.
bit old.
He's
Morrissey
good.
will be a stud. I would have loved to see Riley, but
But they
It
like
is
Travis
what it is.
Sanheim on the team. I don't really get that
he's
pick.
all right. But I
like-
was.
I mean, I take Riley over Sanheim.
And like Sam Bennett on the team, I get it from like an NHL standpoint, but and Sam Bennett's a great player. I just don't know if Sam Bennett makes sense on this team. And
it's like in this tournament, it's all skill, right? Like I thought about Tanev being a snub, but not really. Like he wouldn't have a spot on this roster. He wouldn't have a spot on the Olympic team. It just doesn't make sense to have a guy like him on the team.
no.
definitely not.
Canada has a goaltending issue, that's for sure. I mean,
time.
Binnington, Hill, and Montembeau.
For the first time in 30
Montembeau,
years.
man, like
Michael, man, you should suit up.
Logan Thompson didn't make
Sign
the
me
team.
up.
Look at the year Washington's having. He's sick.
He was sick last
You
year
know-
too, man.
you know
He was sick on
he was
the
he was a
Kings,
goalie
on the
for
Knights.
Brock.
Yeah, shout out.
He played
Brock,
for
you?
Brock.
Shout out Brock.
He was
Shout out Brock.
Canada's sick. The U.S. is sick. The U.S. have elite goalies. Finland's a little odd.
I think they're kind of a sleeper. I think
They're
they could-
good, but
They
like
could come out of it.
I'm pretty sure Hakanpää made the team, and like he hasn't played at all for
His
the
knee
Leafs.
is like gush. It's
Yeah.
just gone.
It's like a fruit gusher right after you squeeze it.
It's a yogurt tube.
Yeah, I don't know. And then Sweden's loaded. It's a good tournament. A lot of
It'll be
sick
great.
players.
It'll be great.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think Canada should play the U.S. in the finals, but we'll see.
But we will see. All right, got another game for you, boys.
Oh.
Brother versus brother. I got a little guess that NHL player. I have
like this.
some interesting little stats here. I have a bonus if you guys get a little stumped.
Okay.
But you're going to get the player's nationality, some awards that he's won, his total points, and whether he's active or retired.
All right.
And we're guessing the player
You
based
just
off
gotta-
these clues that
You
we're
got to
guessing.
guess the player.
Okay.
Is this
All right, I'm in.
turn-based, or is it just...
Shout it out. Shout out your answer.
All right. All right.
Don't be slow to the show, boy. The first one, we got a right winger. He is a Swede. He has one All-Star appearance, 571 career points. He's an active player.
Philip Forsberg.
Incorrect.
It's a left winger. God, that is kind of a tough one.
When he gets it wrong, you get to go, and then
This might
There's
be
no bonus
an
here. I really thought you guys
overestimate
were
on
gonna
his
get it.
points, but I'm going to say Nylander.
Nylander.
Yeah,
Mike
that
has
was
got 1
literally
point.
going to be my next
Guys,
guess.
I was going to say,
Fuck.
you guys, there's no way you guys can't get that. All right, this next one is going to be a little tougher. I genuinely don't think either of you are going to get it.
We'll see.
We got a defenseman. He's an American, 3-time All-Star, 619 career points, retired in 2020. And I have a bonus if you guys need it. 2022, sorry. 2022 he retired.
It's a good amount of points for a defense.
619 points.
He retired
American?
in 2022.
American, 3-time All-Star, and retired in 2022.
Is it Michael can say no to this? Is it possible for us to get the conference that he played in most?
I don't have that. So
That's
no.
fine.
I don't have that
We got
information.
enough.
American player that retired in 2020 as a defenseman.
Did he ever win a Norris?
2022.
2022. Sorry.
22.
Okay.
Pardon?
Did he ever win a Norris?
He did not,
Okay.
according to my notes. He may be.
God.
Did he play
He did
for
ChatGPT.
one
Coming
team
for you.
majority of his career?
Yes. I think. From my knowledge, yes. I'm going to say yes.
I'm not good with defense.
You guys can't keep asking. You want the one bonus thing?
Yeah.
There's a
Sure.
bonus here. He played 898 consecutive games.
Oh my god.
Um.
Oh my god.
He's a top 100 player of all time. A top 100 player of the 2010s.
Why are we so stumped?
2022 American.
I remember him on Chicago. I'll say that. I remember him on Chicago.
Duncan Keith.
Nope.
Canadian.
Oh, he's Canadian. Yeah.
It's not Seabrook.
I'm going to give you guys a couple more seconds.
American.
I'm so stumped. It's gonna be so obvious too.
It definitely is.
I think I'm out. I got nothing.
Yeah. Just give it to us.
Keith Yandel.
Oh my god! Wow.
All right, this next one's from Belarus.
The Iron Man, yeah. Keith
The Iron
Yandel.
Man.
Come on, man. Yeah.
Belarus will be interesting.
This one's from Belarus. He's a left winger. He has no awards.
I think we have the same guess.
Yeah.
354 career points. He's active in the KHL,
Yeah.
and he had 4 teams in 4 years.
Andre Kostitsyn.
Incorrect.
Mikhail Grabowski.
Incorrect.
I don't know. Sorry, the Belarusian.
The bonus
players.
was 4 teams in 4 years.
Is it
so-
Sergei Kostitsyn?
Is it Kuhlman?
Nope. You guys done? You keep guessing?
Belarus. That is so tough.
Who's a Leaf?
It's not Grabowski, eh?
He's active in the KHL.
Can we get an age?
He's young. I don't know his exact age. I'm going to guess 27, but don't
Okay.
use that.
And what was his career
Liberally.
points?
354
In the NHL?
in the NHL. He had
Maybe
354
he never
points.
panned out, or he just went back to Russia, even though he's Belarus.
He had
Belarusian.
some off the ice issues.
Alex
Galchenyuk. He's American, but his, I think his dad's Russian.
His
or something.
original nationality is Belarusian.
Belarusian, yeah.
Belarusian.
As soon as you said off the ice issues, we're like, it's Galchenyuk for sure.
All right. Now
You know what? He was actually a very productive player for Montreal for a long
Yeah.
time.
the Leafs too.
couple
The
30
Leafs
goals.
too.
Yeah.
He had his little stretch there when
And he was helping Montreal when he was on the Leafs when he turned that puck over
And
the
then he
blue
was-
line in
The
overtime.
spin around pass.
and then he was helping police keep drugs off the street by putting them in his nose.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Shout out.
Quality guy. Quality guy.
Quality guy, man.
Bring
He's
him back to
build
the-
safer
Great guy all
communities.
around.
Just you know, Alex Galchenyuk builds better communities.
God, that guy's a piece of shit.
All right, let's get to the next one.
Fucking dirtbag.
We got a center here. He's a Swedish. 4 All-Star appearances, 1 Stanley Cup, 1 Conn Smythe, 960 points. Retired in 2018.
He has a Conn Smythe, so he won a cup.
He's got a
Very,
Conn Smythe. He
very
has
good
1 cup,
player.
4 All-Star appearances. He's a Swede, 960 points, and retired in 2018. 1918.
2018 retired. Say his points again.
960.
It would really help if I had a visual. I'm a visual learner. Retired in 2018.
As soon as he said Swedish center, I was like Henrik Sedin, but definitely not him.
Henrik Skodin.
Matt Sundin.
Okay, give us the bonus.
There's no bonus for this one.
There's no bonus for
There
this
should have
one?
been, but I'm a lazy boy.
That's fine.
You should have this. This guy's a legend.
It's not Nick Backstrom, is it?
You know what?
That's a good guess.
See, this is
He didn't retire in
it's
18.
too much
though.
of a no. It's not Nick Backstrom. This is too much of a bonus.
Say it.
Well,
And whoever says it first.
Yeah, okay.
He's a Detroit legend.
Oh, Zetterberg.
Zetterberg.
Oh, fuck. He retired in 2018.
2018.
Wow.
Guy's a legend.
And the last guy we got here is a goalie. Canadian boy.
Let's go.
2 All-Star appearances, 2 cups, 260 career wins, 2.4 goals against average, 91.8 save percentage.
I think he's American. I could be wrong. Is it Corey Crawford?
It's Corey Crawford. Is he American?
He is American, yeah.
Interesting. Well, that's the game, boys.
I was going to say Matt Murray.
Michael,
'Cause you said 2
wipe
cups.
the floor with you.
He did.
Michael,
He did.
absolutely.
The ones we got stumped on, though, we should have gotten.
I know.
Zetterberg, like...
I know. I know. That's pretty pathetic.
All right, well, those are some good NHL chats, boys. Let's get into this NBA, The NBA we are in a new era. LeBron is going to retire soon, and these new young Bucks are about to take over. How about them Cavs? How about them
That
Cavs?
game against OKC, OKC was what, on a 15-game winning streak, and
Yep.
Cleveland's on a 12 now, I think.
11.
The Cavs, I think they're legit. Best front court in the NBA.
Yep.
Very good defensively.
Someone's calling them Twin Towers.
Mobley's got a 3-point shot. He's taking that huge step. Jared Allen is
Shot block king.
double. He's a walking double-double. Darius Garland is pretty solid. And
I don't know. Are the
Donovan
Cavs
Mitchell.
legit, though?
I think so.
think
They're
so.
deep.
It's the Celtics conference to lose.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
literally
it's-
have the same team as last year. No one left.
Which is crazy.
Delano Banton, I think, is the only guy that left. He's just putting on for his
Raptors
city.
legend, shout
Raptors
out.
legend.
I want to
Scarborough
ask
legend.
that OKC game. How do you think that game changes if OKC is Chet?
Oh, a complete game changer. I think they win. Not by a lot. I'll say by like 7+ points.
I think once OKC gets Chet back and we see what that front court is capable of, OKC could take it all.
OKC is just, they have no weaknesses.
No weaknesses.
They're so good everywhere, and they still have 1 billion draft picks. You know,
Which is
what's-
crazy.
you know what's nuts? They haven't gone out and traded for like a Kevin Durant,
Nope.
or like a Giannis, like a player of that caliber with those picks.
It shows what happens when you
They
rebuild, when you
They've
rebuild
just,
right.
They've just drafted. They traded
rebuild
Paul
right.
George, and they got Shea, who's better, way better than Paul George ever was.
And you also have a future with this guy.
Yeah, and
he's
they have
20-something.
Carson Wallace coming off the bench, who was a lottery pick and is 21 years old and is playing
Yeah.
like 12 minutes a game.
Yeah.
Caruso's getting more minutes. No, it's not against Caruso, but like, oh my god.
Bald legend.
Is Jokic winning MVP again?
He has to. Like, he's a dominant. He's in the top category, every scoring category.
He is unbelievable.
He's unbelievable.
It's top 3 is probably Jokic, Shea, and maybe Tatum, maybe.
I think it's Jokic. I don't know.
Giannis
Is
is
there
in
voter
there.
fatigue? I mean, they did this with LeBron. Like, LeBron has how many MVPs? 4, 5? He should have 7 or 8 probably in his
Yeah.
career. And, like, I don't know. Maybe it's voter fatigue. I feel like sometimes these guys who win repeated. He's won, what, 2 in a row? I can't see him winning a 3rd in a row. Not
Has
because
anyone
he
ever
doesn't deserve
three-peated
it,
MVP?
but
Jokic
I don't know.
had 2, and then Embiid won.
yeah.
I don't think Jordan ever did it.
Bill Russell did
Bill
it. Will
Russell.
Chamberlain
Bill Russell.
and Larry Bird.
Yeah, but those guys were playing
So
against
Bill
plumbers.
Russell's, yeah,
And
plumbers
there was 10
and
teams in the
supply
league.
teachers. And Larry Bird is actually, that was a pretty solid era. Can't lie.
How about that? Do you guys see the All-Star teams?
Did they announce the rosters yet?
They're doing fan voting, and so
Oh,
we've
they're
seen
doing
like
fan voting. So they're doing East versus West again?
East versus West. I'll pull it up
Okay,
right now.
I
I think
like
the most recent fan voting came out for the NBA All-Star
Are they
game.
doing like a weird format too for the game?
Yeah, I'm sure it's like the
They
same thing
are.
that they
They
did
changed
last.
it
It's
again.
like-
Didn't they do something for Kobe and then they changed it again? Like, I don't know.
I mean, respect to like trying something new, but
The NBA is struggling though, man.
It
Their
is.
their numbers were so
It is.
high, in like that kind of. So here we go. West is front court is Jokic, Durant, LeBron, top 3, and then the guards are Shea, Steph, Luka, and then the East front court Giannis, Tatum, and
yeah,
Kat,
like these guys make
and
sense.
then
I'd say.
LaMelo. He's so sick.
Do you see him
He's
solo
really good.
oop himself the
Have you
other
listened to
day?
Leangelo's song?
I'm a swerve in the
It's pretty good.
I'm a Mexico.
It's sad that he's a better rapper than he is a basketball.
I think
player.
we found our intro song for this week's episode.
Shout out Leangelo.
Yeah,
Big baller brand.
It's, I don't know. The NBA is just weird. Like, to be honest with you, man, like, I am an NBA fan. I play NBA fantasy. I love the NBA. But when the Raptors aren't good and they are so shit this year, like, I find myself not paying as much as attention as I should as a sports fan, as a basketball fan.
I don't think there's a sport that captivates you like cross teams as much as the NFL. I mean, how many times is it, like in a month would you say that you tune into a game that's not the Leafs in the NHL?
Never.
Exactly.
Never.
Yeah,
And
maybe
same
once
with
a month, but
baseball.
even then, it's like probably
Baseball
not.
I don't watch any other team other than the Jays, and then, like, I don't watch any other team other than the Raptors.
Yeah.
But the NFL is like,
NFL. If it's
You
a
watch-
Thursday, I'll turn on
you
whatever
watch a
game's on.
Cleveland and Carolina
Chicago.
Sunday nighter because it's Sunday night. Why not? Like, you
And
know.
I mean, you only get so much football. You gotta cherish it while
yeah,
you can.
my
yeah.
God.
You get 18 weeks and 18 games a team. Like, that's it. I don't know. Yes, I think the Cavs are legit. Jokic probably should win MVP. I don't know if he will. I think voter fatigue is a real thing. And the NBA numbers are really down. I think they should probably do a segment with Joy Taylor and figure that stuff out.
We need Colin Coward to get his chance.
Yeah.
All right. So recently, we saw Derrick Rose get his number retired. How are we feeling about that?
Love it.
Yeah, D
One of
Rose
the
is
most
the man.
beloved players in the NBA.
I love it.
Shouldn't have won his MVP. I'm sorry. LeBron had a
Fuck you.
significally better year. He did.
In
Go look
hindsight,
at the
though, you
numbers.
need that.
It's-
Sorry, blindsight, you need
And
that.
bl-
It's kind of reverting back to that.
The voter fatigue.
Yeah.
And like, listen, the youngest MVP, D Rose was the man. I'm so fine.
It was
with
still
that.
a great year.
I don't know if y'all saw that.
The court, what they did for him, they put like a big carpet. It was just like D Rose's
Oh,
back
yeah.
with his jersey, and he's standing there with a bouquet of flowers.
And then they did
Bouquet
something
of
with
roses.
they had like the pregame shirts with his high school or his
Yeah.
college number, his Knicks number, and his Bulls number.
Yeah.
That was
I mean,
cool.
this guy, man, like to see him.
D Rose is the man. If you don't love D Rose, something wrong with you.
Yeah,
off.
kick rocks, open toed shoes.
What
buddy.
my favorite D Rose moment is when he scored 50 on the Timberwolves.
Oh, and he
he
cried.
just broke down. He's
Yeah.
like, man, this is awesome.
But he's like, I can still ball.
Yeah.
And like, I've had all these injuries.
and honestly, he probably still could. He's still a pretty solid player, I would say.
I mean,
Maybe like 18 to 20 minutes off the bench.
Man, he'd be like a Russell Westbrook kind of efficiency kind of guy.
Russ is still nice though,
But
but
he's been pretty solid for
but yeah,
Dallas.
no, I fuck. Everyone fucks with D Rose. I mean, like if you don't like D Rose,
Legend.
Kick rocks with open toe shoes.
One of the
buddy.
biggest
rocks.
what ifs in the NBA history. But
D Rose,
yeah,
yeah,
All right, Taylor. I know here you got some stuff you want to talk about the Jays. Let's get into this.
yeah. I mean, like I don't have much to say. This team is supposed to be a competitive financial team. They've spent a total of $15 million in free agents, and they brought back Jimmy Garcia with that deal. They missed on Soto. I never thought they would get Soto, but I was, the hype in me wanted him. They missed on Fried. They missed on Burns.
Otani.
They missed on Otani the last year.
Tracking his
Like
plane.
they haven't done anything.
And
They
this-
missed on Teo.
Yeah.
They haven't signed Vladdy. They don't know what they're doing with Bo. But they didn't fire Schneider. They haven't fired the front office.
I
It's
want
a
to get
fucking
into
shit
Jay.
show.
As someone who
Is a self-proclaimed Jays fan. I wouldn't consider myself a full-blown
You've been to
fan.
a game, you're a fan.
Been to a couple games, and I don't care about any other team.
They're fun though. It's
I
a
don't care
fun
about the
summer
Jays
activity
either,
to do.
But I do want to say, like, every time I go to these games, I can feel the pain in the stadium. I can feel just like you got Vladdy stepping up to the plate. You never know if he's gonna knock one 450 feet to the stands, or he's gonna go 3 and out.
Yeah, and
3 misses.
100%. And there was a report. John Heyman put out a report yesterday that the Jays are $100 million apart on
Yeah.
what Vladdy wants and what they're offering. Do you understand? If you don't have Vladdy after this year, you have $100 million.
To put this in perspective, Soto got what, 765?
765.
So,
Otani got 700.
Based on value, you're probably
Somewhere in the middle.
Vladdy's market
500?
value is 500 to let's say 530. They're probably offering him like 380 to 400.
And like
This is an entire NFL guy's contract.
This-
This is
this-
an entire safety
This is
contract.
he should be getting what Mahomes is getting.
he's a franchise player
Yeah.
on most teams that don't have that guy, a Soto or a Otani or a Judge or whatever. And they I don't understand this team at all. It's fucking nuts.
They're owned by Rodgers, who are raking in billions every fucking year.
Check your phone bill, Canadians. Check your internet
It's gonna
bill,
be 130
Canadians.
next
Check
month.
Monopoly
your cable
Rogers.
bill, Canadians.
It's
Like
just- I don't know. I hate being a Jays fan right now. It sucks. The starting rotation is old. It's still pretty good, but it's old.
there's holes.
The bullpen sucks.
The bullpen sucks. You know, Ernie Clement's your starting third baseman, and no shout on Ernie Clement, but like, you missed on the Varsho trade. You missed on the Teo trade. This front office has worn its welcome, and the fact that they still have jobs is completely fucking mind blowing.
It's been what, 7 years?
All right, boys. Well, that was a fucking great conversation today, eh?
Yeah.
We got into a lot of stuff today. It was really fantastic. Get back on the couch with you boys. I can't wait to keep doing this.